episode of Country Road Classics. Been meaning to do this project for a little while. Got the radio face off of this truck. This truck came with the original 65 radio. So the plan is right now just to take the radio out. Gonna send it off to a guy up in the mountains of here in North Carolina. He's gonna put FM and Bluetooth radio on the original radio. So that's the goal here. Already took the faceplate off the radio. It's not too complicated. You just pop the two knobs off. There's two little Phillips head screws in there. You just run them out and you can take that faceplate off. So that's the plan. But I just wanted to record this video just to show y'all taking the radio out. So yeah, let's get to it. I really don't know what size. Well, I guess I need to get a wrench, don't I? Because I can't get a socket on that one. I'm trying a 1/2 inch first just to see what that looks like. Oh. If I look like I'm going, what is that, 9/16. If I look like I'm going really slow here, getting in and out, it's just because I've currently got my phone leaned up against the seat here. I don't have any fancy equipment by any means. And just some advice for you guys if you have trucks like, well, not necessarily this truck, really any classic car, pickup truck. If you want to have the radio or any kind of audio system, do not cut these dashes and put a new radio in. First off, they make radios that will fit depending on what you have. You know, your Mustangs and Camaros, everybody's got them, and you know, you can about build them cars from scratch. But you can get radios that will fit these holes in the dash of your car or pickup truck. I know, like Retro Sound, they reproduce a lot of radios, and they look, they don't necessarily look like the factory radio a lot of the time, but they do have that classic old school look to them, to where even if you do want to put a different radio in it, you don't have to cut holes in the dash and get an aftermarket radio. You can get an aftermarket radio that will fit these holes, so that saves you work and that saves the truck. You don't have to cut holes out, because I've seen some guys who buy these trucks, and you know, guys, they do a half butt job and cut big old rectangles in the dash here, and you know, and that had the original radio in it, which at the time, you know, a lot of people back then, well, there wasn't anybody out there to put FM and Bluetooth on these radios, and so if they wanted to have a radio that worked, they'd have to get an aftermarket radio. So only option back then was to cut holes in the dash and put your aftermarket radio in. But now there's options out there. So if you ever do want your stereo system to work, please do not cut on these dashes, because you know, you don't just buy this part in order to fix the dash back to like it is right now. You have to get a whole dash. So it's just one thing to consider. It'd be nice if this is the same size, and it's not. I didn't think it was a half. that's all the nuts and just these two nuts, this plate and the bolt. That's all I'm seeing holding in the radio. So theoretically, you should just be able to slide under there and pop it right out. Take a couple wires loose, and that should be it. But we'll see. I'll take my hat off. Oh. Pretty sure that's the antenna cord. I thought it just pulled right out. It should. Jeez. Oh, I felt it move a little bit right there. I guess if I would have been smart, I would have done this first and then took it loose. Huh. I feel it wiggling. I hope I'm not tearing anything up doing this. That is a job. Is it? I'm not. Huh. Well, I was gonna say get my flashlight on my phone, but right there's my flashlight. Well, I guess I will go find a different flashlight. All right. Jeez. Whew. Well, guys, if you ever go to do that, I guess just gotta pull hard enough. All right, well, all things considering, that was fairly simple. Next, I'll get out here and talk first. Well, that was simple, all things considering. Wasn't too hard. I could not get that antenna plug pulled out of there. I just wasn't pulling hard enough. And you know, you always want to be wary working on stuff like this. You don't want to. I was afraid, you know, maybe it unscrewed or, you know, something. I'm always a little skeptical about, you know, just yanking on stuff, because I don't want to tear up stuff just because it's so aggravating to replace if you do pull something loose, just over being in a rush, you know, just doing something stupid. For any of you messing with these radios, you have to pull pretty good on that antenna plug to get it loose. I know that light bulb wasn't working, so need to get a new bulb, or maybe it's a wire. But for you guys in North Carolina, if you have an original radio like this, if you have an original radio and are wanting to send it off and you're in North Carolina, well, I've talked to this guy. He is up in Spruce Pine, North Carolina. But if you guys are in North Carolina and you have an original radio like this and you want to put FM or a Bluetooth radio, talked to him on the phone a couple of times. Really nice guy. But goal is to send this off to him. Got a speaker that's supposed to fit this truck. That's going to be the next project. While I was up under there, I saw wing nuts to where you can mount the speaker to. So I'm going to make sure the speaker fits, and then I'm going to send the speaker, a cord that I got with it, and the radio all off, just to make sure everything's compatible, because I don't know anything about wiring. You know, I'm not even going to attempt it, you know, to wire the speaker up to the radio. So I talked to him. He said it was okay. I can send all that stuff off to him, and when he repairs the radio, he's going to make sure the speaker will work with the radio, and make sure it's all compatible and working in proper order before I go to install it. But next little thing I want to do is just to make sure the speaker I ordered fits the mounts, the brackets that are in the dash on this truck. So thank you guys for tuning in again. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below, what would you do? Would you go through the trouble of you know, spending the money to have the original radio in working order, or would you put in a brand new reproduction radio, or would you cut holes in the dash? If you're going to do that, I'd rather you not leave a comment. But anyways, let me know in the comments below, what's your opinion? What would you want, the original radio or aftermarket radio? So yeah, just thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.